Hello, I'm Julie Clarke. I run the Doula Academy, the training for all doulas in Australia, both birth doula training as well as postnatal doula training. So I welcome you to this video, and I'm delighted to give you lots of information to help you make an informed choice about what doula training you'd really like to do. So any woman between the ages of 18 needs to be an adult through to whatever age you like can become a doula. It's very important to consider the information that you'll be learning, how much you already know, and the inspiration, the guidance that I'll be providing you, and then your future. The future is actually incredibly positive. For doulas, there's actually a massive amount of work available. That's usually one of the first questions that I'm asked. So to be honest with you, there's about 300,000 babies born every year around Australia. Of course that fluctuates, but does that give you a bit of an idea of just how massive the market is, if you like, or how many women actually need doulas? So if you were to ask a woman who's just had a baby in the last, say, 3 to 6 months, would you have liked to have had a doula? There's a very strong chance they're going to say, yes, I've only just heard about doulas recently. I didn't know about it at all when I was pregnant. And now that I've gone through the experience, yes, I definitely needed a doula. I totally underestimated what was involved. My partner was fabulous. He was attentive. He was kind. He did what he could, but his knowledge just wasn't what it would be for a doula. He got tired. He was stressed. He was doing the best he could. But definitely I would have loved that male-female balance of somebody with me who would have been able to guide me and help me. And it is true, a lot of people say a woman can read another woman. She'll know if she's too hot, or if she's too cold, or if she's dry and she's thirsty. Another woman can look at another woman and know instantly. So they just give you a couple of quick examples as to why doulas are just so incredibly valuable, incredibly important. Now, often partners will say to me, but wait a minute, if we're going into the hospital, doesn't the midwife do all of that? And it's interesting, actually, to listen to the expectations that a lot of dads-to-be have of the staff in the hospital. So the truth is that the midwife will be with you as much as she possibly can, which will probably equal about 5 or 10 minutes per hour. She'll pop in, she'll do all the medical checks, she's making sure that everything's okay. But with all hospitals, public and private, right across Australia, there is one midwife. This is the normal staffing ratio, one midwife to 3 labouring women at any time. So that midwife can't be with us in the shower rubbing our back. She can't be attentive 100% of the time, and it's who you bring with you into the hospital that will make all of the difference. And that's the way that I answer in my prenatal classes. So you could bring your mum or your sister, and yet are they really going to be the ideal support person, extra support person for you? Maybe, maybe not. And so having a doula, somebody who's qualified, somebody who's a little bit neutral, not emotionally invested in a relationship with you, they're the sorts of answers that I give in a prenatal class. So I've been teaching prenatal classes now for over 35 years, and I've also been a doula and attending births for 35 years. I've been to over 150 births in all my years. Some of them caesareans, not very many of those. Some of them, of course, mostly normal births, and sometimes some medical intervention, which has broadened my knowledge and my understanding. I've had my own 2 babies as well. Ken, the eldest one, that was a 16-hour labour after a couple of days of pre-labour, and Ryan was way overdue, and that was an extremely rapid labour after a heck of a lot of pre-labour. So I've certainly had a varying range of personal experiences as well, and I'm able to bring all of that knowledge into my training, whether it be my prenatal classes or whether it be my doula training. So if you're wanting to become a doula, you have a couple of options. And the first option is that you could do the home study. So you may be somewhere in Australia in a remote area, or you might be extremely busy with little children. It doesn't matter what the reason is. If you would rather do the home study, then I can post out the kit to you. The kit, here it is right here next to me, consists of the 2 workbooks that I have written myself. So there's the Birth Doula workbook, and then there's the Postnatal Doula workbook. Now they're not too big, but they're a pretty good size, and my way of testing whether or not you're competent to receive your certificate is not with stressful exams, not with long-winded essays. I have actually, because I'm a workplace trainer and assessor, I have been able to develop a course where I can assess your knowledge. So I give you some information, then I assess. So I put you to the test in a gentle way with scenarios, hypotheticals, and a few other ways, and I get you to fill in the pages in the book. So if there's only 2 or 3 lines provided for an answer, then that's all that I expect. If it's a full page of blank lines after a question, then I do expect a full page of information. Now, so far I haven't actually had anybody who has booked in for the home study course say to me, "Oh no, it's too hard, I can't achieve it." So I have actually made it very doable. It's very thorough, it's very comprehensive, but so far nobody has said it's beyond me. So my next response is, this may be easier than you expect. So it's certainly something that I want to train as many doulas as I can, because women of Australia need doulas. I have people contacting me saying, "Do you have a doula in this region?" And I'll look it up, and no, I don't. There is no doula in that area, which may be the South Coast, it may be Western New South Wales. So it's very, very important that I train as many as I can to provide the women of Australia with the service that they actually need. So I have had doulas from every state and territory in Australia, but some of them there's only been a tiny trickle. So this is the beginning of this industry. This is huge over in the USA, enormous in the UK. It's very mainstream and normal. Everybody talks about doulas. Here in Australia, it's still kind of a little bit early. So you'd be getting in on the front end of the industry. People of all different generations are actually becoming much more knowledgeable about doulas. The word doula sounds a bit weird, which in one way causes people to be a bit suspicious, but in another way it makes everybody's ears prick up going, "Oh, I think I've heard of that before." And everybody does love something new, something interesting to talk about. So if you've got a car and you've got a magnet on the side of your car advertising that you're a doula, especially if you're in a small country town, everybody's going to look at your car and read it and then start asking you about it. And in no time at all, you're going to have everybody pointing the finger at you to a pregnant woman saying, "You should get her to be your doula." And you'll find that the word of mouth will spread quite quickly. So I help you with the business side of things. I help you with all aspects. I don't leave you in the lurch. I'm not a business that just is here as a fly-by-night. I've been established for a very long time. I'm extremely passionate about helping pregnant women and their partners. I'm very different in my prenatal classes. The way that I welcome in partners, and I say to every group, I respect the men are becoming fathers just as much as the women are becoming mothers. And so I include them in, and I'm able to influence them in extremely positive ways. And so this is the way that I teach my doulas, with a lot of compassion, a lot of empathy, a lot of kindness and connection. And that's the way that I want to influence the future of birthing in Australia. It's incredibly important to me. We've been influenced by Hollywood. We've had a lot of negativity. There's a lot of people currently birthing that continually use the word trauma, and that is a tragedy. I believe that when women have given birth to their baby, it will influence they feel about themselves as a woman, about their connection with their baby, and about their future as a mother in motherhood. And I do believe that this can have long-term ramifications. If she's been able to choose her style of birth, if she's been well supported through her whole experience, and if she feels very content and satisfied afterwards, then she's far more likely to have good self-esteem, be very connected to her baby, and feel wonderful about her motherhood. And that's what I'm appealing to you. If you'd like to come and do the doula course, if everything I'm saying to you resonates with you, then either join the home study version of the course, or I'm about to open up, now that COVID's finished, can I say that? It's finished? Now that it's finished, I'm offering 5 days as a course, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And in that 5 days, we go through this information. So we go through the workbooks, we complete the workbooks, and at the end of those 5 days, you are qualified, and you'll receive your certificate. And so if you do both books, then you receive 2 certificates. Now, sometimes I get some questions, and in fact, this morning I responded to an email where a woman said, I don't really want to be a birth doula. I've got little children, I can't go to births, but there's ways around everything. And I went to births when mine were quite little, so I can certainly help with that. But anyway, she said, I only want to be a postnatal doula. And I said to her, that's fine. However, your postnatal client will want to talk to you about her birthing experience. She'll expect you to have full knowledge of the birthing experiences, and that's why it's better to do both courses. So both the birth doula course and the postnatal doula course. So is there a payment plan? Yes, there is. You can get that through PayPal. If you have a PayPal account, you can set your settings that way. What else do people ask me? How long does it take to do the home study course? I allow 12 months. If you need an extension, then by all means I'll grant you an extension. All you need to do, and I won't charge you any extra for that, all you need to do is contact me. Hey, Jules, life has gotten in the way. I didn't get the course finished in 12 months. I need an extension. And so, yes, of course, I'll grant you an extension, another 12 months or however long you like. With the home study course, I generally find people ask me, how long does it take most people to do it? And usually it's around about 12 weeks. Okay, so I've had some people Zoom through it a lot quicker than that. And they might be midwives, nurses, they might be already having gone to a number of births, but they're just not qualified. They don't have a certificate, but now they realise how awesome and exciting this is, and it's definitely a lifestyle they want. They want to have their passion recognised in the area that they love, and that's pregnancy, labour, birthing, babies, looking after mothers. Women helping other women is a wonderful experience. Those connections, they're friendships for life, and the level of trust, the level of friendship that occurs when you've helped somebody is awesome, and it just fills your soul with happiness and satisfaction and a huge amount of good feeling. So it's one of those important aspects, thinking about what it is that you want out of your life, what it is that you want to give to others and why, and how this all resonates with you. Now, further questions that I get asked are, how do I develop a work-life balance? And yes, that's tricky. And so some doulas will actually close down over December and January because they want to spend the whole Christmas holiday with their children, and while their children are still little, and that's fine. And then other doulas will take advantage of the fact that there's an incredible shortage of doulas around December and January, and they will stay open and they will service as many clients as they can, because they know that otherwise they're going to miss out. Those clients will miss out on the support and the help of a doula. And of all times of the year, during December, January, most hospitals are running on skeleton staff. So my goodness, doulas are so much more needed during the December, January period. So there's loads of questions. I have actually got frequently asked questions on my website, the Doula Academy Training of Australia. and you can have a look at all of those. Be forensic and really dive in and have a good look at this. Always feel totally welcome to give me a call, and my phone number is 0401 265530. Text me, email me, julie@julieclarke.com.au. Make contact with me, pick my brains, ask me. Maybe you have some sort of special circumstances and you would like me to answer your questions directly. So anytime you make contact, you're talking directly to me, and I will support you and I will assist you through the whole training. In fact, I do often say, I doula the doula.